From the station working for you, this is Good Morning Indiana, streaming now.
It's Wednesday, December 23rd, and right now on Good Morning Indiana. It's back to work this morning for lawmakers on the coronavirus relief bill. The change is now proposed by President Trump to potentially put more money in your pockets.
I think I might embrace it. Say, hey, look, this is me now.
They're already some of the toughest fighters you'll ever meet. But this morning, we'll introduce you to a new program at Riley Hospital for Children designed to give a little extra glam to these cancer warriors. And spreading some Christmas cheer this holiday season, the local man who is serenading seniors and our hometown heroes at work.
Oh, I am loving the sleigh bells, loving the Christmas tunes here. It is 6 o'clock on your Christmas Eve. Thanks for joining our team on Good Morning Indiana. We have a special gift for you guys. We have a new member of our family, Megan Shin. Megan, thanks for joining us.
Oh, you guys, it's my pleasure to be here. I'm so grateful for this opportunity and really being a part of the team on Good Morning Indiana. Officially a Hoosier, Raphael. I'm so happy to be working with everyone here.
We have rolled out the red carpet for you, Megan, from Marion County all the way here in Johnson County and all parts in between. Good morning to Kyle Mounts, filling in this morning for our very own Todd Clausen. Kyle, good morning. I think when I opened the front door this morning, Kyle, it's a great day. I mean, a little chilly, but hey, December.
It's December, exactly. Yeah, you can't beat this. We got temperatures, Raphael, this morning that aren't going to have you shaking in your shoes or anything like that. We got numbers in the 30s, 42 degrees in Lafayette. So yeah, you're going to need that coat as you head out the door this morning. But it's going to be a windy day. We've got a wind advisory. Kicks in here at 10 a.m., goes all the way to 11 o'clock tonight from Sullivan through Crawfordsville into Lafayette and Logansport. That's where we could see those gusts between about 45 and 50 miles per hour later today. You can see those gusts here, though, throughout the day, going to be around 30 to 35 miles per hour. And I think especially as we get into this evening and tonight, that's where some of those highest gusts will start to come into play. As you head out there this morning, though, we got 37. Winds aren't too bad. It will be breezy. A few showers around, and 52 as you head home. Lauren has a check of your Wednesday morning drive.
That's right, Kyle. Let's take a look right now up in Fishers. Good morning to you. Drivers up here in Hamilton County, things are moving along up to speed, both northbound and southbound along Interstate 69. A view here at 106th Street. I can tell you also traffic around central Indiana is moving along smoothly. I'm not monitoring any crashes at this early hour, but we'll continue to keep a close eye on those roads. Raphael.
Lauren, Hoosiers are closely watching what's happening on Capitol Hill as President Trump is now threatening not to sign that COVID relief bill that took Congress months to pass. The president is said to be unhappy with several provisions in the bill, including foreign aid, and he wants stimulus checks to go from $600 to $2,000. That's something his fellow Republicans have opposed. Mr. Trump told lawmakers to, quote, send me a suitable bill, end quote. The president did not specify if he would veto the legislation, but there may be enough support in Congress to override that veto if he does. Both the House and Senate passed the measure with overwhelming approval.
And Raphael's Congress works on that relief bill. COVID-19 continues to have an impact here on Hoosier lives. The state health department reports 143 new COVID-related deaths on Tuesday. More than 7,200 people have now died with COVID-19 here in Indiana. Health officials also report nearly 3,800 new coronavirus cases. It's the second day in a row with the new number of cases below 4,000.
Lauren, as we mentioned, more than 7,000 Hoosiers have died from COVID-19 since the pandemic began. But we know they're more than just numbers. That's why we've been working to preserve your stories of those lost to COVID-19. DaVinci Richardson was a veteran who made a major impact on his community. He worked to help men and women transitioning to life outside of prison and people struggling with drug addiction. He found the Same Page Collective and most recently served as the Director of Operations for 2 Indianapolis transitional housing facilities. We spoke with DaVinci about his work in 2016.
Trying to help them see that, okay, you made a mistake. I get that. You could rise above that, and if we give them that hope from the beginning, then they're going to listen to what the other programming is.
What a legacy. And DaVinci Richardson died of COVID-19 on April 25th. He was 64 years old. WRTV is asking for your help to put names and stories to the numbers of COVID-19 tolls on Indiana, and share your loved one's story with us by emailing facesofcovid@WRTV.com.
It is 6:05 and we continue to track the COVID-19 vaccine rollout here across central Indiana. We know frontline healthcare workers are the first in line, followed closely by people living and working in those long-term care facilities. And we've mentioned that Walgreens is one of the companies helping to vaccinate the public for COVID-19. So we wanted to check in on how phase 1 of this rollout is going. Plus, we asked their chief medical officer how they plan to assist in the more rural and underserved communities in this major effort as the vaccine becomes more available for the general public in later months.
More than 80% of people live within 5 miles of a Walgreens, but that's really not enough. We are setting up mobile clinics. We will be doing off-site clinics in communities, so in churches, community centers. And you know, if you take a look at the testing program that we started in the spring, more than 70% of our testing programs are in these vulnerable, underserved areas. Our intention is that we're going to continue to lean into that. We want to be sure that those people who are perhaps the hardest hit by this pandemic have all the resources that they need.
Well, you can see more of our conversation with Dr. Kevin Ban, plus stay up to date on the latest timing and phases of the vaccines by going to our website, WRTV.com/coronavirus.
Thanks, Lauren. As the pandemic has raged, local businesses are not giving up, and many of them still have been able to succeed during this time. Join us this week as we go back and visit some of our favorite local businesses from 2020 in our special Inside the COVID Crisis. We're open. We'll see where they were, where they are, and their outlook for 2021 at 6 p.m. Christmas Eve right here on WRTV.
No matter where you live, cancer is unkind and often involves hair loss. And that's a reality for many young, courageous kids at Riley Hospital for Children. This morning, WRTV's Kelsey Anderson, she joins us live with the program that's helping kids cope and making them much, much stronger. Kelsey, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Raphael. So earlier this year here at Riley Hospital, a new program started called Bold, Bald, and Beautiful. It brings a cosmetologist onto the oncology floor again here at Riley that allows them to do something crazy with their hair or just learn how to better take care of it and how to accessorize once they do lose their hair while they're battling cancer.
You're only going to have your hair for so much longer. Why don't you do something fun with it?
Brinley Robinson is fighting leukemia.
It was hard the day that they told us. It really was, because, you know, I've never really thought, oh, you're going to have cancer, or you're going to have some type of life disease that could possibly, you know, end your life.
When she was sent to Riley Hospital for Children for treatment, her family knew she would lose her hair.
It kind of breaks you down, because I've always loved my hair.
2 weeks ago today, Brinley got her hair cut and colored by Riley's own cosmetologist. A new program at Riley called Bold, Bald, and Beautiful. It gives Brinley a chance to do something drastic with her hair before it falls out.
Do red in the back and then get the purple up front.
Hannah Ewert works on the oncology floor once a week, doing hair, makeup, nails, and teaching kids how to take care of their skin as their body changes. She says she tries to make the experience as fun as possible.
We try to keep it as calm as it can. I just, you know, walk them through what I'm doing, and, you know, I be there for them, and then they always get something fun afterwards. I had a little girl that she was very emotional about it, but she was ready to get it done. And I ended up being able to give her a fun little headband, and now that's all she wears.
Brinley says she's prepared for the changes to come.
But I think once my hair does go and it's gone, I think I might embrace it. Say, hey, look, this is me now.
I received these photos from Brinley earlier this week. You can see she's now bald, but as she said earlier, she's going to embrace it. So coming up in the next half hour, you're going to hear the story of the young woman who helped inspire and to create this program here at Riley Hospital. Reporting live, Kelsey Anderson, WRTV.
Kelsey, thank you so much. Well, a new strain of COVID-19 is spreading across England. It's causing some concern this morning. Why scientists believe it's already likely reached the United States. Kyle.
And we are tracking some weather changes in your forecast as we head into Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. This evening, we'll see those rain chances on the rise and may mix with a little bit of snow here as we go into tonight. It brings in an Arctic blast of air for Christmas Day, but it doesn't last very long. We'll talk about the precipitation that comes along with that change. You're watching Good Morning Indiana here on your Wednesday morning. It's about to turn 6:11.
0 first month's payment and 0 to its signing.
Welcome back to Good Morning Indiana. A traffic alert for drivers down heading through the Martinsville area. We're taking a look right now in Martinsville along State Road 37. Just a reminder, most of State Road 37 through this area is going to close for the year 2021. That's for that I-69 project, hopefully speeding it along by keeping it completely closed throughout most of the year. Now, we want you to know that the area will be closed between State Road 39 and Morgan Street, and that's scheduled to close January 2nd, so right after the new year. We do want to mention that new access road is now open in the area. It connects New Harmony Road at Cragen Road with Centennial and Egbert Road, so we do have some other detours around the closure, plus your main detour, State Road 67, State Road 144, and State Road 39. So you'll want to give yourself some extra time if you do have to travel through that area. Locals, they've been preparing for this for the past year now, and we know they've been doing a lot of clear cutting all the way up into Johnson County, preparing for that major project. And so this is something we'll follow very closely in 2021.
I just love working with Lauren Casey because she knows what she's talking about, and I'm so happy she's on my team because she'll guide us through all of that in 2021. Lauren, thank you. Just want to thank you for being on the team. In more news, as scientists continue to study the new strain of COVID-19 emerging in England, some researchers believe that hundreds of those cases are already right here in the United States. They believe the new strain likely arrived in our country sometime in mid-November, and that many people are likely already infected with the virus, that new variant. British scientists have traced the earliest known appearance back to the UK to September the 20th. Now, meanwhile, scientists are also working to determine if the newly approved COVID-19 vaccines from Pfizer and Moderna will work against this new strain variant. Megan?
Raphael, America is close to making up for its lost deal with Pfizer. Top officials are offering the drug company better access to manufacturing supplies in exchange for tens of millions of additional vaccine doses. It's something the U.S. passed up over the summer before the shot had FDA approval, and the deal will likely be finalized very soon.
Well, as President Trump's time in the White House draws to a close, he's announcing plans to issue pardons for at least 15 people. The White House made the announcement last night. Some of the pardons include George Papadopoulos, a former Trump campaign aide who lied to authorities during the Russia investigation. Also on the list, former U.S. Congressman Duncan Hunter. He was sentenced to 11 months in prison for his misuse of more than $200,000 in campaign funds for personal expenses. You know, presidents traditionally issue a number of pardons as their terms come to an end. During his time in office, former President Barack Obama issued nearly 2,000 pardons or sentence reductions. Raphael.
If you're planning to drive, Lauren, from Cincinnati into northern Kentucky over the holidays, you may experience less delays here in the next couple of hours, right? After 41 days of work, the Brent Spence Bridge has finally reopened to traffic. The critical bridge, which carries Interstates 71 and 75 over the Ohio River, was closed when a tanker truck crashed and caught fire. Nearly 200,000 vehicles travel across that bridge every single day. So that's a good news. I felt like Lauren Casey doing a little traffic report here at 6:17 in the morning.
Good job. I did.
Yeah.
It's like no big deal.
I'm an intern in the world of traffic, but you know, anytime you can feel like Lauren Casey is a good moment.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, teamwork.
Megan will get you there.
Makes
Don't worry. I'll teach you all my traffic ways.
I'll follow your lead.
All right. Well, we know that the one expert on the forecast in our Christmas forecast is Kyle Mounts today. So Kyle, what do you have for us?
I've got some nice weather today, if you don't mind a little bit of wind out there, but temperatures in the 50s, so an early Christmas present. I know Raphael's happy about that one, but he might want to return what we got coming on Christmas Day. We got 36 degrees right now in downtown, 37 in Bloomington, and 42 for you in Lafayette. That's a sign of the warmer air that's building in from Illinois this morning, as our temperatures will be surging pretty quickly here. Already upper 40s at 11 a.m., 50 degrees at lunchtime today. We're just going to have to kind of counter that with some wind gusts around 30 miles per hour in this afternoon. Numbers that will make their way into the lower and middle 50s. You notice by 4 o'clock, chance for a few isolated showers. I think much of the day is going to be dry for us, though, and enjoy this high of 53 in Kokomo, 55 in Lafayette, and 54 in Anderson. Average high is just 37 degrees, so most areas are already at that average high this morning. 54 in Martinsville and areas south of I-70 coming in the middle to upper 50s this afternoon. 56 in Seymour. Now, some of those lawn decorations might go blowing around this afternoon, so make sure that they are tacked down pretty good. We've got those wind gusts between about 30 and 40 miles per hour. I think the strongest winds will actually roll in here later this evening and tonight. Could see some gusts a little closer to 45 miles per hour then. There's a look at 2 o'clock this afternoon. A few isolated showers, more widespread rain as we get toward 8 o'clock this evening. And you see the colder air starts to catch up with this system here, but most of the rain should be out of the area. We may see a few snowflakes, a quick burst of snow or some sleet out there. Might do a little dusting in a few spots, but I don't think it's going to add up to very much at all. And then a few flurries, snow showers that will linger tomorrow as we have a big shock here. You are definitely going to need to layer up with the heavier coat. We'll start off on Thursday morning in the 20s and never really recover. We are only in the 20s throughout the day. Wind chills that are going to be in the teens. And as we go into Christmas morning, many areas are going to start off in the single digits. Going to sting a little bit there in Bloomington at 9, while we'll have wind chills that'll be below 0, about -4 or so, only recovering to 20 for the afternoon high there on Christmas Day. At least we will have some sunshine. As we look at that 7-day planning forecast, it's a quick hitting cold blast. We've got numbers back into the 30s and even middle 40s on Sunday with a few more rain showers later in the day. And that brings in highs in the 30s early next week. Now, Lauren, I was out there on the roads yesterday. They were already busy. How are things shaping up out there this morning?
You're right. Some people are doing those holiday travels, and a lot of them going out there today. So we're keeping a close eye on traffic. And here's a look in the downtown area. Maybe some of you are still heading to work like we are on this Wednesday. This is I-65 and I-70 at the North Split, where things are picking up a little bit this morning. Everything's traveling up to speed right now. I'm not monitoring any crashes or delays to slow down your commute. Just keep in mind, if the North Split is part of your commute, that's another area we have some long-term construction expected for the year 2021, and they're already prepping a lot of that work in the overnight hours, more on the collector ramp. So just keep that in mind. But right now, everything is traveling up to speed. Raphael?
The message this morning is don't cash that check that ends up in your mailbox. You see, Citizens Energy Group says it mistakenly sent out checks to hundreds of its customers. It says a computer system error caused 1,500 customers to receive those checks. Now, Citizens claims once it realized the mistake, it issued a stop payment on the checks and sent out letters to instruct customers not to cash it. WRTV spoke with one woman who says she thought the check was a Christmas miracle.
I mean, we're going through a crisis now, and anybody that receives a check, regardless of what's going on, you receive a check in your name, you're going to cash it.
If you're one of those who did receive a check and cashed it, Citizens says it will add that amount onto your next bill. You can read Citizens' full statement to WRTV on our website, WRTV.com.
Thanks, Raphael. Turning to sports now. 4 months ago, the Pacers were eliminated from the NBA playoffs by the Miami Heat. Tonight, they are back on the court, starting a brand new season. The blue and gold are also hoping to shake off a rough preseason that saw them losing all 3 exhibition games. Tonight, it will count for real this time at Bankers Life Fieldhouse. The Pacers will welcome Obi Toppin and the New York Knicks to town. Tip-off for tonight's game is set for 7 o'clock.
Taking advantage of people's generosity during the holiday season, the new warning about a scam involving military veterans, so you don't waste your money.
Hi, I'm Lieutenant Beard, and I'm part of the U.S. Army Marksmanship Unit at Fort Benning, Georgia. I'm from Danville, Indiana, and I'd like to wish everyone a Merry Christmas.
Get rallies delivered.
Welcome back to Good Morning Indiana on this Wednesday. It is 6:25, and Megan Raphael, this is the time of the show where we chat about what is trending at 6. So
I'm here for it.
So Megan, I know you just moved here to Indianapolis, and I've got a great gift idea for you to make you kind of feel more at home. Check this out. So you've heard of bottled water, right? What about bottled air? The website My Baggage is selling what they call authentic air from England, Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland. They say it's a special gift for homesick residents who can't go to the UK because of the COVID travel restrictions. Each bottle, get this, costs $33, and I think if we're nice, Raphael could get us some bottled air from Franklin for maybe just $20.
There you go.
Lauren, I'll take the ugly tie or the medium sweater in blue. Okay?
Oh, you don't want the bottled air? We could bottle up the air here in the studio and send it to Raphael because he hasn't been here in a while.
Not so much. I pass. I pass. I pass.
Well, Lauren and Raphael, get a look at this. Santa Claus swapped his sleigh for a scuba tank this time. St. Nick and one of his loyal elves took a little undersea cruise this week in the Florida Keys. Santa used an underwater jet ski to tour some coral reefs and see the schools of fish. It was all in an effort to raise money for children's charities in the Florida Keys. So a really good cause, but quite a sight to see. I wish you could see this, Raphael.
Yeah.
Now listen, while you folks are offering me some air thing, I'm going to offer you some real bling. Check this out, what I have from my good friends there in Studio A. It pays to be an NBA champion. Take a look at the championship rings that were given to the members of the Los Angeles Lakers last night. Now get this. Each ring has 804 individual stones and more than 15 carats of diamonds. The massive rings also pay tribute to the late Kobe Bryant with his jersey numbers featured under the detachable top. But for you ladies, I am willing to go to LA and get just one little bitty stone. I don't think those guys would mind if I get one of the 804 stones.
Yeah, we'll leave it
for Christmas. It's better than that air bottle thing that Lauren is offering.
I was going to say.
In the meantime, let's check your forecast with Kyle Mounts. Hey, Kyle.
Yeah, if Raphael's bringing a ring, I don't think that air is going to cut it. Not even a bottle of water.
Oh, no.
Not the full ring. Not the full ring, just one of the rocks. Just one of the rocks.
Hey, we'll take that, make our own ring.
Yeah.
All right, let's check out those temperatures. We got numbers in the middle 30s for you this morning. Feels like 28, a little bit of a southeast breeze. It'll be windy today, our high 55. There's the record, though, 64. So we're not terribly far from that. When it comes to Christmas, though, we have seen quite a bit of snow on Christmas Day, about 6 inches of snow. That's the most snowfall. The warmest, a toasty 64 degrees, and the coldest, a -4 for a high. Not quite that cold, but not too far away either. 28 the high on Christmas Eve, just 20 Christmas Day, Lauren.
All right, Kyle, thank you. So what would you do if someone knocked on your door asking for holiday donations to support the troops or maybe some veterans? Well, some people said yes, and now they're wondering if they were conned. Consumer reporter John Matarese looks into this appeal so you don't waste your money.
With COVID-19 separating so many families this holiday season, many of us would be willing to help a veteran in need. But one appeal for help is raising a lot of red flags. Sharon Parker got a ring at the door the other day. This young woman, captured on the family's Nest camera, was canvassing the neighborhood for veterans.
She was doing a fundraiser, preparing care packages for veterans or first responders.
She asked Sharon to contribute $40, preferably cash.
She was asking for cash. Well, she just said $40, but she had that wad of bills in her hand.
Neighbors say the young woman seemed very pleasant, and what she was doing seemed like a noble cause, until they asked her to see some identification. And that's where things got fuzzy.
Kind of waving it at me, and when I reached out to take a look at it, she pulled it back. So
last year, I had a similar conversation with Jamie Borders, who was also solicited for veterans care packages.
Collecting donations to send care packages to veterans and to active military.
She gave them $79, but afterward learned they were not with a real charity. Last year, the Virginia Attorney General shut down a business called Hearts to Heroes that claimed to be a charity helping veterans, but was not, the AG said. The Better Business Bureau says if you're approached at your door, ask to see ID. Google the group's name, better yet, look them up at bbb.org, and ask if you can mail them a check. Legitimate charities will say yes.
Maybe it wasn't legit.
Still not sure? Ask them to leave some information, then ask your family what they think so you don't waste your money. I'm John Matarese. Good morning, Indiana.
From the station working for you, this is Good Morning Indiana, streaming now.
Now, Good Morning Indiana. On this Wednesday morning, here's a look at your 6:30 news feed. Metro Police are looking into another homicide, this one on the east side of the city. Police say a man was shot and killed last night on North Oakland Avenue near 10th and Rural. Officers say the victim was in his 20s and was found outside of the house.
Now to Monroe County in Bloomington, police asking for your help figuring out the identity of a woman hit by a vehicle. She's in the hospital with serious injuries this morning. Detectives released a picture of a tattoo on the woman's right inner forearm. They hope that someone will recognize it. If you have any information about this case, you should call Bloomington Police.
There will be another option for you when COVID-19 vaccines become available to the general public. Kroger says it will provide the vaccine at its pharmacies and clinics. Kroger is hiring nearly 1,000 healthcare personnel, including pharmacy technicians, to help give out the vaccines once they're available next year.
Exchange inbounders. Pruitt lost it. McCulley in time. Oh, no! Are they going to count it?
It did count, and that incredible buzzer beater capped the big week for Donovan McCulley of Lawrence North. That shot tied their game against Fishers last night as the Wildcats rallied from a 17-point deficit and went on to win overtime 65-60. Just 1 week ago, McCulley signed to play football with IU next week, so quite the holiday season for that young man. Congratulations to him and the team. Oh, good morning to you guys. It's 6:32 on Good Morning Indiana. I'm Megan Shin.
Megan, it is great to have you on the Good Morning Indiana team as we're jumping right into Christmas Eve, the day before a lot of people are starting to celebrate the holiday. Raphael, I know you had the festive outfit out earlier, but right now we're just sporting our green, so we're getting ready for Christmas
That's
Eve.
right.
Yeah.
So we're going to go ahead and do a collection to get Megan, who's coming to us from a warmer part of the country in Virginia, a nice coat, and we thought that Kyle Mounts is so generous that he would buy her first fur in Indiana. So, of course, Kyle, I mean, it's all about you, man.
So nice.
Yeah. This is all news to me. You get all kinds of headlines here on
Breaking
Good Morning.
news, yeah.
Well, Raphael, you got a nice mild day to do some shopping out there before we're going to need that coat going the next couple of days. We got 36 degrees in Indy and the Bloomington area right now, 37 in Kokomo, and 41 already in the Muncie area. Now, we do have the clouds out there. You see some light green returns here. I think these are some false echoes. No rain just yet. The winds, though, they're going to start to dial up here pretty quickly this morning. Right now, they're at about 10 to 15 miles per hour for us, but we'll have those gusts between about 30 and 40 miles per hour for much of the day. That does get us to a high of 55 with some late day rain showers. And then tonight, the colder air comes racing in here. We've got numbers that will be down into the middle 20s and a few snowflakes or sleet pellets not out of the question here. Shouldn't be a big deal, though, as the system starts to pull away. If you're heading out on the roads this morning, Lauren's got an update for you.
That's right, Kyle. We do have a traffic alert now for drivers in the downtown area. We just showed you a minute ago the north split that was looking pretty good. Well, now we have a crash here in the southbound collector from I-65, I-70, right as you're getting into the collector ramp, and you can see it there in the center of your screen. It is blocking that right lane. However, the collector ramp remains open in this spot. You can still get by in the left lane, so just take it slow and give crews plenty of space as they're heading out there this morning. You can see the flashing lights off in a distance as well. This is something we'll continue to monitor. We'll let you know if there are any delays getting around the downtown area. Raphael?
Let's get right to the news this morning, Lauren. A Hendricks County family safely escapes from their home after a critical warning from their smoke alarms. Fire crews from Brownsburg and Zionsville were called overnight to a fire at a home on County Road 1023 East. This is near I-65 and West 86th Street in the Brownsburg area. The cause of that fire is under investigation, but firefighters say it's the time of year when they see a lot of fires caused by space heaters and overloaded circuits from holiday lights.
We're getting ready to get a cold snap. You know, this is supposed to be the coldest weather of the season, and people tend to use space heaters more, you know, and space heaters, we got to keep them at least 3 feet back away from everything. A lot of times people move furniture around or clothing and it gets too close, and that could cause the fire.
Of course, we have more details on this story. Luckily, smoke alarms were working inside this home, alerting the 3 people inside. Fire crews say they were disoriented, those family members, but they made it out of the home okay, which of course is the great news. Megan?
Thanks, Raphael. Now to the latest on the coronavirus pandemic. Indiana reached another grim record in the latest report from the state health department. On Tuesday, the department reported that 143 more Hoosiers have died with COVID-19. That's the most new deaths reported in a single day, though the deaths happened at different times over the previous week. And the number of new COVID-19 cases did fall again, with nearly 3,800 reported, the lowest single-day report for new cases since November 5th.
The time right now is 6:36. As food insecurity hits record levels, the Indianapolis City County Council is looking for ways to get more healthy food into our neighborhoods. Proposal 337 would create an agency to focus on addressing the so-called food deserts. Now, Councilor Michael Paul Hart is asking that all mentions of race be removed from this proposal. In a statement to WRTV, Hart points to a study from the Pullis Center at IUPUI showing 53% minority residents in Indianapolis live in a food desert. Hart says, quote, the government should not legislate based on groups of people, be that race, age, gender, or any identifying quality, end quote. His motion to put that into the city policy was quickly struck down.
I would like to move that we remove any mention of race within the proposal.
I respectfully decline that, sir.
In one of the city's hardest hit food deserts, you'll find Eastern Star Church. Their pastor, Jeffrey Johnson, sees the situation firsthand. Johnson said recognizing who food deserts impact is part of the solution.
We can't just say, I don't believe it's happening, and so we're not going to talk about it. No, there are studies to prove it happened. Race is an issue, and until we understand what the problem is, we'll never be able to solve the problem.
The proposal to create a Food Access Advisory Commission will be voted on in the next full council meeting that's scheduled for January 11th.
Lauren, they are some of the bravest kids that you will ever meet. Coming up, a live report on the new program giving some sparkle and shine to some of the city's, country's youngest cancer warriors.
Master Sergeant Kevin Atkins with 22 EWICs out of Indianapolis, Indiana. I want to wish happy holidays and a Merry Christmas to my wife Courtney and my 2 daughters, Natalie and Natalie. Miss you guys.
Your local Hyundai dealer today.
Welcome back to Good Morning Indiana. The time right now is 6:40. So Megan, imagine for a minute what it would be like to wake up without your hair. It's a reality for some really tough kids who are at Riley Hospital for Children.
Absolutely. And our Kelsey Anderson joins us live to show us how one program not only helps them cope with these changes, it's also making them stronger for their fight of their lives. Kelsey, good morning.
Hey, good morning. So earlier this year, a new program was started here at Riley called Bold, Bald, and Beautiful. And it was started with and inspired by a young woman who wanted other kids going through these cancer treatments to have a better experience than she did and feel beautiful and bold, even while they're going bald.
When I found out that I would be losing it, it was just absolutely devastating.
Lauren McLaughlin had synovial sarcoma, a rare cancer that attacks the body's soft tissue. She found comfort in trying new hairstyles, accessories, and doing her makeup.
As long as you're beautiful on the inside, everyone will think you're just as beautiful, if not more, on the outside.
Together with her care team, she created Bold, Bald, and Beautiful, a program that brought a licensed cosmetologist onto the oncology floor. Melissa Henson is a child life specialist at Riley, and she says when a child battling cancer loses their hair, that's when reality sets in.
You can come here and you can hide your port or your central line. You can hide a lot of things or not tell people you're coming to the hospital, but when you start to lose your hair, it's the first thing people notice. And so that's kind of the first reality of this is really what I'm going through. And so having somebody help them through how to adapt to that or how to wear a wig so that if they want to choose to have hair, they can.
Hannah Ewart is the licensed cosmetologist that visits Riley once a week, cutting and coloring hair, painting nails, and doing makeup. I spoke to Lauren's mom, and she said her daughter learned the program was approved just before she died. And if she was still here, she would be helping do hair, makeup, or whatever she could to make the kids at Riley feel beautiful.
She'd be up there every week doing stuff for these kids, you know. That's just who she was. She just wanted to lavish people and have them have some fun up there and, you know, feel better about their identity.
Her mom tells me before Lauren lost her hair, she dyed it fire engine red, and she loved it.
Changing your hairstyle allows you to become okay with like changing your look and realizing that you're still the same person inside, even though you've changed your hair.
So when Lauren died in February, in lieu of flowers, her family asked folks to bring hair scarves and hats and anything else they could use to help this program flourish here at Riley. And so we just also learned that they are writing another grant, so hopefully this Bold, Bald, and Beautiful program can go on for another year. Reporting live, Kelsey Anderson, WRTV.
Kelsey, thank you so much for introducing us to those courageous young people. We appreciate that. Making a joyful noise for those who are stuck indoors. Next, we'll show you how a music man is bringing joy to the world for those who need some hope. But first, let's check on your forecast on this Wednesday with our very own Kyle Mounts. Good morning,
Raphael,
Kyle.
yeah, good morning to you. We've got some joy in this forecast as those temperatures are starting off in the mid-30s, already 50 degrees at noon. But things are going to be changing after those highs in the 50s. Today, the colder air races in. We are in the 20s by tomorrow morning. We'll look ahead to your Christmas forecast. You're watching Good Morning Indiana on WRTV.
WRTV.
Welcome back. On this eve before Christmas Eve, families are looking for ways to gather together safely.
And Megan, some people living under tough restrictions only have really a window to witness the world out there. And luckily for them, they were able to see and hear the Music Man.
Dressing the part and walking with confidence are key to success. And how you perform is what connects with hearts and minds. With his trumpet and borrowed Santa suit, Steve Brown serenaded seniors and heroes at work.
You know, if you can make one person smile during this time with a lot of people getting down, still being shut in for so long, that, well, hopefully it did.
He traveled to a couple of long-term care facilities like Compass Park and Otterbein, where residents for months have faced visitor restrictions due to COVID-19. Steve did this at Easter, sharing the good news, and this time, joy to the world.
Just need something like this, just a shot in the arm, cheer people up.
The scale of this pandemic has given birth to new traditions, like this one, involving a man, his music, and a message of hope for all.
Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas, everybody! Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas!
So I just kept smiling, right, throughout the entire story because it was so joyful, but it was really a great way to bring cheer to all those folks in those long-term care facilities because he was fun, the music was fun, and it was just a great time to be outdoors. So I want to thank Steve Brown for letting me walk around with him and record his holiday cheer. So
that warmed
Merry
my
Christmas
heart.
to all.
Yeah.
Oh, so
I'm
good.
smiling just watching the story. So thank you for that, Raphael. Yeah, that is awesome down there in Franklin. So hopefully a lot of people can get out, spread some cheer today because we actually have a kind of a warmer day before we get into the cold Christmas holiday, Kyle.
Yeah, I'd say a nice day to do a little caroling outside. Maybe we all get together and Raphael can lead us around the city, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Ready. Here we go.
Ready? You are a professional conductor right there. Okay. Well, Well, today we've got temperatures to sing about because those numbers are going to be jumping into the 50s later this afternoon. 36 right now. Does feel like 28 with a southeast breeze at 10 miles per hour. Our temperature 40 in Greencastle, 42 in Lafayette, and you're also in the 40-degree club there in Muncie at 41. Temperatures 50 degrees already at noon, so we are about at our average high for this time of year already. We will go into the lower and middle 50s later today. It does come with a chance for a few showers, but I think the bulk of the rain holds off until late evening and then overnight tonight. Your high 55 in Columbus and Lafayette, 52 today in the Richmond area, and those wind gusts will be between about 30 and 40 miles per hour. You notice even as we get to 9 o'clock this morning, they're close to 30-mile-per-hour gusts here, and as we get into later this evening, I think we could see some 45-mile-per-hour gusts. Certainly not out of the question as an Arctic front is going to come racing our way. So there's some isolated showers this evening, but by 8 o'clock tonight, a little more widespread rain. You notice the brighter returns here, not necessarily thunderstorms, but I think as a colder air starts to move in, some sleet pellets, maybe some bursts of snow shower activity. So we might see a dusting in a few spots, but it's not going to last very long. By about 3:30 in the morning, last of the precipitation is moving into the eastern portion of the state. We're left with just a few flurries or snow showers for your Christmas Eve day and much colder air. High temperatures only in the 20s here. We will be in the 20s all day long, but with a bit of a breeze, it's going to feel like the teens for us. And then Christmas Day itself gets even colder. Many areas will start off in the single digits, around 11 in the city, and we'll have that wind chill that does drop below zero by about 4 below. So the coldest air we have had in months coming in here, and it's going to feel more like the heart of winter and really a shock to the system here after highs today in the 50s. 16 at noon on Christmas Day, still a little breezy, 20 degrees as we get to the afternoon high temperature. Now it's going to be a quick shot of cold air, so that's the good news here in the 7-day forecast. Those numbers recovering for the upcoming weekend. We're in the upper 30s on Saturday. Should be dry there. Chance for some late day rain showers on Sunday and 45. And then next week, those temperatures not straying too far from where we should be. Chance for a little rain or snow early Monday and those highs in the 30s. Lauren is checking out your Wednesday morning drive.
That's right, Kyle. We do have an issue right now heading into the downtown area. You're looking here at the North Split. You can see the flashing lights right there. That is the collector ramp heading southbound. That is closed for an incident. You can see we do have some vehicles up there further off in the distance, so avoid that spot. You can take the normal interstate, just avoid the collector ramp at this hour. We'll keep you updated, plus have your top stories just after the break. Stay with us.
Welcome back. It's 6:55 on Good Morning Indiana.
We'll get a check of your forecast with Kyle coming up in just a minute. But first, Raphael, let's talk about the top stories.
That's right, Lauren. An employee of a Dollar Tree store is in the hospital this morning following a shooting. This happened last night on the city's northeast side. Officers responded to a robbery call at the Dollar Tree on Shaylin Avenue between 75th and 71st Streets. A suspect is still on the run.
Raphael, starting Friday, a new rule will require all Fisher's restaurants, bars, and other establishments serving food or drinks to close indoor service from 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. City leaders say their goal is to limit New Year's gatherings as COVID cases rise in Hamilton County.
And Megan, during this pandemic, many businesses have found ways to survive. So tomorrow we go back and visit some of your favorite local businesses from 2020 in our special Inside the COVID Crisis, We're Open. We'll see their journey and their outlook for 2021. So join us at 6 p.m. tomorrow night. That's Christmas Eve right here on WRTV. And while we're talking about the holiday, Kyle, what can we expect in the weather department?
Well, things are going to be changing here, Lauren, as we go through the next couple of days. I think we're all going to enjoy today's weather. It's going to be a little windy out there, though. We've got that wind advisory across the northwestern portion of the state. That's where those gusts could be a little closer to 50 miles per hour. 55, though, will be our high today. Some rain showers as we get into the evening hours, and maybe a few sleet pellets or snowflakes mixing in here as we go overnight and into our Christmas Eve. We'll have a high temperature of 28 there and just 20. Very cold as we go into Christmas Day.
And Kyle, we're still monitoring this traffic situation in the downtown area at the North Split. This is blocking the southbound collector ramp to Michigan Street, Ohio Street, and Fletcher Avenue. Multiple vehicles involved here. Injuries reported as well. We'll continue to monitor this throughout Good Morning America. Stay with us, and we hope you have a great day. Merry Christmas.